Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of Grow and Cook. My name is Donna Melanson, Azul Yoga, and today we are making a vegan stuffing that's hearty and flavorful and full of fresh herbs from Aqua Gardens. The list of ingredients that you're going to need are 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 large onion, 4 cloves of garlic, 3 stalks of celery, fresh mushrooms, fresh thyme, sage, rosemary, parsley, a teaspoon of sea salt, half a teaspoon of ground black pepper, day-old bread, and 2 cups of vegetable stock. So the first ingredient is day-old bread. If you happen to not have day-old bread, you're going to do like I am. You're going to cut it up in cubes and we're going to toast it in the oven. But if you happen to have bread that's hard and crispy already, all you have to do is cut it up in cubes. Now this doesn't have to be neat. You can cut the cubes up in any size you want. So now that we have it all chopped up, we're just going to take this bread and we're going to put it on our pan to be toasted. And again, if your bread is already crispy, you can skip this step. So we're just putting it in and getting ready to toast it up. So while the bread's toasting, we're going to do the next step, which is to cut up our onions, our garlics, and our mushrooms. Hopefully I won't cry cutting up this onion. The secret I've heard is just to keep your mouth shut. We're using the whole onion. And I like cutting it up, you can cut it up whichever way you want, but just cubes. You want it to be about bite size. So our next ingredients is the 4 cloves of garlic. As you can see, I chose 4 large cloves, but that's because I love garlic. Our next step is the mushrooms. We're going to chop up the mushrooms. You don't have to be, just like we chopped up the onions and the garlic, it doesn't have to look any particular way because it's going to taste great. And I also, I'm using Bella mushrooms, but you can use any kind of mushroom you want, gourmet mushrooms. Again, seasoned to your taste. So after everything's chopped up, we're going to go check our bread and see if it's ready to come out of the oven. And it looks like it is. It looks so good. And the next step, we're going to start with 3 tablespoons of olive oil. We're going to put our onions, our garlic, and our mushrooms. I'm just going to add it all in at the same time. And we're going to saute this until the onions are translucent. Sauteing their mushrooms, our onions, our garlic together. So next we're going to cut up our celery. We have 3 stalks of celery and we're going to cut them up in cubes or however you like to slice them. I like slicing them down the middle and I cut them up. And then we're going to add them to our mixture of the mushrooms, the onions, and the garlic. I add them a little later because the mushrooms and onions seem to take a little longer to cook. Now we're going to mix in the celery into our mixture. So we've mixed in our celery and we're just going to keep stirring it again until the onions are translucent. Favorite part, harvesting my herbs from the Aquaponics system. As you can see, they're thriving and I'm going to take a lot because they grow back. All right, let's chop this up. I wish you could smell this. It smells so good. Now I like to just bunch it all together and then I'm going to chop it all up. Again, that's a personal preference. Now we're going to put our herbs in our pan. And you can see that the onions are starting to get a little more translucent. They're cooking perfectly, and this herbs is just going to add to it. Now we're going to add a little salt. I like fresh ground sea salt personally. Then we're going to add a little ground pepper. So next we're going to add the bread. We're going to turn this off. Everything's looking good. We're going to scoop up the breadcrumbs, put them in here. They're perfectly toasted. This is going to be the perfect side dish for Thanksgiving. So we're going to mix this up a little bit before we add our vegetable stock in. So after you've mixed all the ingredients together, we're going to mix in a little vegetable stock like I talked about earlier. About 2 cups, but of course all this is relative. So you're going to want it not too soft and not too crispy. So you have to just see how this all how it all works out. It's been stirred up and now we're going to transfer it into our baking dish. Let this settle into the pan, make sure the mixture is stirred up around, and then I'm going to sprinkle a little fresh parsley on top. Fresh parsley. And then we're going to pop this baby into the oven. So now we're going to put this into the oven at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. This herb stuffing smells so good, I can't wait to eat it. It looks like it's ready, so I'm going to take it out of the oven. Oh, look how good. Vegan herb stuffing. Yes, technically it's really dressing because we're not stuffing it into the turkey. It's a side dish that's perfect for your holiday gathering. Thank you for being here with us in another series of Grow and Cook, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye-bye.